What if I told you the wildest Hollywood rumors are real, and someone finally named names? Jason Lee and Chrisean Rock just blew the lid off Diddy's secret parties. And they're not just talking celebrities, they're talking politicians, red-lit rooms, hidden footage, NDAs breaking, and a name so powerful, it could bring the whole system down. This isn't gossip anymore. This is a reckoning, and the craziest part, they say they've got receipts. Stick around, because what's coming next could change everything. Just moments ago, the internet was hit with a truthquake. In a no-holds-barred interview, Jason Lee and Chrisean Rock lifted the curtain on what really goes down inside Diddy's now notorious VIP-only parties. No cryptic hints, no holding back, just raw testimony from two people who were there, who saw it, felt it, and are now naming names that many thought would never be linked to those whispered about nights. We're not talking about minor celebs. These were Hollywood heavyweights, chart-topping artists, A-list actors, high-powered executives. Many of them have denied ever stepping foot into those spaces, but according to Jason and Chrisean, that's not the truth, and they're ready to expose it. From the moment Jason started speaking, it wasn't just an interview, it felt like a reckoning. He dropped revelations that left even the host visibly shaken, and Chrisean, she got emotional, fierce, maybe even too honest for some to handle. One thing's for sure, if you thought the rumors about Diddy's parties were wild before, you haven't heard about the infamous red-lit rooms. Until now, what sent social media into a frenzy? A single name. Someone you've seen center stage at the Grammys. Someone who has always denied involvement, until Jason and Chrisean painted a different picture. Screenshots are spreading like wildfire. Twitter's on fire. And Diddy? He hasn't said a word. But this isn't just tabloid fodder. This feels like a cultural moment, a collective unmasking. If you've followed hip-hop, brushed up against celebrity culture, or even skimmed headlines in the last 2 decades, you've heard whispers about Diddy's exclusive gatherings. These weren't your typical Hollywood parties. No velvet ropes and champagne smiles here. We're talking about private jets, sealed doors, airtight NDAs, and whispers of things more cinematic than real. For years, what happened behind those walls stayed locked away, silenced by contracts, fear, and loyalty. But 2024 has shifted the tide. A flood of lawsuits, leaks, and cryptic online posts have forced the spotlight back onto the man once crowned hip-hop's ultimate host, and yet, no one had ever said, on record, I was there, I saw it, and I know who else was too. That is, until now. Enter Jason Lee and Chrisean Rock. If Jason Lee's name doesn't ring a bell, his impact certainly does. As the founder of Hollywood Unlocked, he lives at the crossroads of viral and controversial. He's broken huge stories, stood next to Beyoncé, interviewed Kanye, he's earned a front-row seat to the industry's most powerful circles. And Jason doesn't edit for comfort. So when he suddenly started opening up about Diddy's parties during a seemingly routine interview, everyone knew something major was coming. What started as light storytelling quickly unraveled into something far more explosive, including whispered references to a mysterious vault room that wasn't supposed to exist, let alone be spoken about publicly. Then came Chrisean. Let's be honest, Chrisean Rock isn't known for restraint. She's loud, she's unapologetically chaotic, and she's one of the most viral women in hip-hop today. From her tumultuous relationship with Blueface to her unfiltered interviews, she's always spoken her truth, no matter who's listening. And, as it turns out, she's been to more than one of Diddy's parties. Fans have suspected it for a while. She's dropped cryptic lyrics, tossed out hints in deleted tweets, and gone live with odd comments. But now, she's confirming it all and more. Not only did she attend, but when asked who else was there, she looked straight into the camera, laughed and said, "Y'all ain't even ready for that. But I'll tell you who started acting real different once the phones were taken." Jason leaned in. The host could barely breathe. The room fell into a chilling silence. So why now? Why would Jason Lee, a man whose entire career depends on relationships in the entertainment world, start naming names? And why would Chrisean, who usually deflects with humor or chaos, suddenly get serious? There's a theory gaining traction fast. They're done shielding people who wouldn't do the same for them. Jason's made it clear before he's kept stories to himself out of loyalty to the culture. But, as he said during the interview, there is no culture without accountability. And if I get blackballed for telling the truth, so be it. Chrisean didn't sugarcoat it either. Her words cut deep. They ain't protect me, so why I gotta protect them? And with that, a door that's been sealed for decades has cracked open. Jason, Lee and Chrisean Rock sat down for what started as just another interview but quickly turned into something else entirely. No fluff, no filters, they began naming names. One in particular made them pause. Jason shook his head. Chrisean clutched the mic. "Y'all really want to know who we saw at that party?" she teased. Then they said it Terry. That Terry, the family man. The one who said he didn't party like that anymore. Instantly, the internet went wild. Comments exploded. Terry Crews. Terry from Empire. Chrisean laughed. He walked in with shades at 11 p.m. and went straight into the red room. That quote alone sent TikTok into overdrive. Clips of Terry denying party invites resurfaced alongside Jason and Chrisean's laughter. Then came the twist, a blurry 12-second video leaked online. Two men. One bald, muscular, in shades. The other in all white. Caption: "Tell me that's not Terry and Diddy at the March party in Miami." The video hit 2 million views before it was suddenly wiped. Legal letters followed. No names, but the implication was obvious. Terry's team wanted it gone. Jason wasn't having it. He jumped on IG Live. "Cute. Y'all weren't worried about cameras going in. Don't get mad now." Then the bombshell: Chrisean had footage. Real footage. She smuggled a second phone in, hid it in her bra, recorded moments, voice memos, even snaps of that red-lit room. "They told me to lock up my phone," she said with a grin. "So I locked up the decoy." The internet lost its mind. Suddenly, it wasn't just words, it was receipts. A-list celebrities began scrambling. One rapper wiped his Instagram clean from 2022. A female R&B artist turned off her comments. A Hollywood actor canceled a podcast appearance, citing scheduling. Jason's next tweet: "We haven't even started." Then, 2 days later, another live stream. Jason was calm, too calm. "The one that shocked me most," he said, "always clapping at award shows, always smiling, never shows up alone." Instantly, the comments lit up. Will and Jada. Jason didn't say their names, but the clues pointed one way. "When I saw them at that party," he said, "they weren't acting. They'd been there before." Chrisean backed him up. She was barefoot, walking around like she owned the place. Comfortable. Too comfortable. Fans unearthed old clips of Jada saying she'd outgrown that world. Now, it seemed she'd never left it. Within hours, TMZ posted a denial from Jada's reps. She has not attended any parties hosted by Sean Combs in recent years. Any suggestion otherwise is categorically false, but people noticed the wording. And by then, it was too late. The internet had already decided something big is coming. And Jason and Chrisean are just getting warmed up. Recent years, that's how Jada's team denied the party rumors, and Reddit didn't miss a beat. Define recent 2023. Not 2019. Fans pointed out how legal that statement sounded, like it was drafted at 3 a.m. under pressure. But then the game changed. Will Smith's name began trending this time because of a leaked voice memo. The recording, emotional and slightly accented, claimed to be from a former Zeus Network reality star. In it, the woman said, "I went to that party with a friend from the label. I saw so many people I couldn't believe. But the craziest moment, Will Smith walked past me. Didn't say a word. Just went down the hallway with 2 people. Then security closed the curtain." That one clip hit over 4.6 million views before being deleted, but not before it was downloaded, re-uploaded, and remixed across TikTok. Users cross-referenced her voice with a Love and Hip Hop alum, but no one confirmed it. Still, the story lined up with Christian's earlier description of the red hallway. Suddenly, Diddy's usual defenders went silent. The ones who always posted about his events. Gone. Artists signed to his label avoided interviews. Influencers and known party attendees scrubbed their social media. Even a theory began trending. Everyone's scared they're next. And it wasn't just Jason and Christian anymore. Former stylists, assistants, even ex-influencers, started posting anonymously, confirming the pattern. One tweet read and was quickly deleted: "You don't get in unless someone vouches. And once you're in, you don't leave unless you're okay with what you saw." Then, Jason posted again, this time on IG stories. 2 slides. One said, "There's one name we're still debating whether to say. The other, when we do, it'll make everything else look like a warm-up. No names, no teasing, just stomach-dropping silence." Speculation exploded. Who could top Will and Jada? Oprah? Beyonce? The internet hit red alert. Everyone knew that if Jason and Christian dropped another name, Hollywood wouldn't just shake it'd cave in. What made this storm different was, it wasn't just gossip, this was two public figures on video, saying names, teasing receipts, and daring anyone to stop them. The reaction split the public. Hashtags flooded feeds. Hashtag believe Jason versus hashtag this ain't proof. Supporters argued Jason had too much to lose to make this up. Why would he risk it? He's not alone, they said. Others will speak up soon. Critics snapped back. Where's the proof? Y'all believe Chrisean G. She messy every week. TikTok became a battleground. YouTubers dissected every clip, thumbnailing, potential guest lists and doing slow zoom analysis of celebrity facial expressions during old interviews. Even meme pages weighed in with captions like, "Sometimes the loudest silence is guilt." But then it got serious. Real journalists joined. The Hunt, BuzzFeed posted, "The whisper network around Diddy's parties is no longer whispering." Rolling Stone ran, "Hollywood's worst kept secret, the VIP lists no one talks about." Then Vulture dropped a timeline fact-checking photos, times, invitingly events, and calendar discrepancies. Their conclusion: too many coincidences. Too many people denying being there when receipts said otherwise. In the comments, people weren't debating anymore. They were watching a house of cards. Fall celebs went quiet. A top-charting rapper deactivated Twitter an hour after. Jason's IG Live. A famous actress rumored to be part of the Red Room Circle delayed her podcast launch without explanation. Popular influencers cleared their Instagram stories and ghosted. Then Tiffany Haddish unexpectedly liked a tweet that read, "Jason speaking on what we've all been scared to say." She unliked it 30 minutes later, but the internet doesn't forget. Megan Good added fuel, posting a black square with the caption, "Silence doesn't always mean peace. Sometimes it means pressure." Let that marinate. No tags, no names, but the meaning was loud then. In a twist no one saw coming, Cat Williams entered the chat. On a surprise IG Live, he said, "I told y'all back in January and you laughed. Now Jason says it and everyone's shocked. You think these parties don't have layers? The same people that sign your checks been in that room too." The comment section exploded. Cat been warning us. Y'all called him crazy. He ended with, "The truth ain't loud, but when it shows up it, don't whisper." Lines started getting drawn. Some celebs began picking sides publicly or silently. But the fear wasn't just about what had been said. It was about what hadn't. Rumors swirled that a third witness, a former assistant, deep in Diddy's circle, was in talks with a major podcast. And this time, names wouldn't be hinted. They'd be said, clearly, on record. Just when it seemed like Jason and Chrisean had emptied the clip, another name leaked. This one bigger than anyone could have predicted. It dropped quietly, at 2:07 a.m., but the impact, massive. The world didn't wait for a lawsuit or Diddy's response anymore. They waited for Jason and Chrisean to say that last name. Because whatever they were holding back was about to break the entire industry wide open. An anonymous post hit Reddit's Our Industry Lakes thread. No drama, no emojis, just one quiet sentence. Everyone's asking who the couple is. But nobody's asking about the politician who was there in 2021. Wait, a politician, a sitting one. The comments blew up instantly. They're playing with fire now. This just went federal. Then came the follow-up. He's been in the room. He's been in the Red Room. He's not just famous, he's powerful. The internet spiraled. Wild guesses poured in, but one name kept floating to the top. A senator, known for progressive values, visible at Hollywood fundraisers, seen on red carpets with Diddy. By 3 a.m., hashtag senator at the party was trending. Then Jason and Chrisean struck again. Without warning, they both posted the same cryptic video to their stories, grainy, moody, with eerie music. Just the two of them sitting across from each other at a table. Jason says, "I said we weren't done." Chrisean responds, "I said I had footage." Cut to black. 3 chilling words. We naming names. No date, no platform. Just tension. In the background of the video, a blurred figure walks through a hallway glowing with red light. That's when everything froze. This wasn't just about celebrities anymore. The narrative had crossed over into politics. If this was real, it wasn't just Hollywood that was corrupt. It was the system. One anonymous entertainment lawyer dropped a comment on LinkedIn of all places. What's coming next could put NDAs, contracts, even security clearances under review. Security clearances. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a reckoning. Jason then posted one final IG story, black background, white text, no sound. We've held the truth for too long. Not for money, not for clout, but because y'all weren't ready. Now you are. See you soon. The comment section imploded. They're about to risk it all. Somebody better protect them fr. This wasn't entertainment anymore. It was exposure. As Jason and Chrisean vanish from public view once again, the industry holds its breath. Behind the velvet curtains of fame, power, and glitz, something is trembling. Not just rumors. Not just scandal. But the possibility that we are watching a mask slip off an entire machine. And now, only one question echoes through the silence like smoke in a sealed room. Who else was there? If the footage is real, if those grainy frames of shadowy figures in red-lit hallways turn out to be who people think they are, then no contract, no PR spin, no carefully crafted image can protect them. We've seen scandals before. We've seen celebrities fall from grace. But this could be the unmasking of an entire culture. Not just Hollywood, but the systems behind it. The doors we were never supposed to knock on. The rooms we were never supposed to enter. Because the truth is, people knew. People always know. The industry doesn't function without whispers. But the difference now, there's proof. Allegedly, Jason and Chrisean claim to have it video. Text chains, flight records, NDAs with blood signatures, people in power attending gatherings that look a little too ritualistic. Too orchestrated to be dismissed as coincidence, and yet, silence. That's the loudest part of this entire unraveling. The silence from people we expected would speak. A-list celebrities with clean images. Producers who built their reputations on social justice. Activists turned moguls. Everyone is acting like this is just another viral moment that'll pass. What? If Jason and Chrisean are the crack in the dam and the flood hasn't even begun? If their story holds, then everything shifts. This isn't just another case of celebrity beef. This isn't about petty lawsuits or clout-chasing drama. This is about systemic protection, wealth-powered secrecy, and the price of staying relevant in a machine that eats people alive. And that brings us to the name. On everyone's lips, Diddy. Not a denial, not a clarification, not even a well-timed Instagram live to distract from the headlines. Just nothing. And in this digital age, silence speaks volumes. It makes you wonder what's being negotiated behind the scenes. What's being protected? So we're turning the question over to you. Who do you think was in the red room? Do you believe Jason and Chrisean? Or are they puppets in a larger game, playing a role in something even they don't fully understand? Is this really about justice, or is it just another layer of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Share your theories, your guesses, your receipts. No idea is too big. No take too unhinged. Because the next video might feature your comment, your clue, your theory. Smash that like button if you're ready for the drop. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because when that footage hits the timeline, it won't whisper. It'll detonate.